Today in Matt's class, we are going to talk about how you can illustrate the camera technique zoom. Illustrating the camera technique zoom. Okay, so like the previous two that we looked at prior to this, zoom, which by the way, if you want to know a lot more about zoom, you should check out the video I have on the entertainment industry terminology, and my buddy James and I show some really cool ways that you can utilize zoom and tracking either separately or together doing the trombone shot. You definitely need to check out that vid for some more juice. But how to illustrate it, one way that you can do it is you can do it through separate storyboards. So let's say we've got storyboards for a cartoon called The Simpsons. Okay, so let's say this is shot 22. And let's say we've got our fave Bart Simpson. So let's say Bart is chilling out right here. Here's his ear. So here is Bart Simpson, and he's got a shirt on here. He's just chilling like a villain. And let's say Bart in this episode reveals that he loves Swedish death metal. It's a really weird arm here, so let's say it's a little more like that. So he's throwing up the metal horns like so. Now, let's say this is how our shot begins. Let's say then we are going to zoom into a close-up of Bart Simpson's eyes. Again, what zoom means, your camera isn't physically moving. You are pressing the zoom button. There is a toggle switch that has a W and a T. The W stands for wide angle. The T stands for telephoto. And basically, you're just taking whatever image you have and you are kind of just cropping in. You are magnifying your lens so that it's kind of cropping into a close-up like so. One way of doing this is through a series of frames, even though it's the same shot. So if this is going to be one frame right here and we want the next frame, which is still shot 22, this is going to be 22A. 22B now is a brand new frame, and because we now have a close-up of Bart Simpson's eyes, we've got one giant eye here, one giant eye right here. Here is his brow, here is his nose like so. And this is indicating that we start here and then we zoom into a close-up of Bart Simpson's eyes. Now, you can zoom in and you can zoom out. Let's say that you want to do the opposite. Let's say that your shot begins with an extreme close-up of Bart Simpson's eyes. Then let's say you want to zoom out to reveal that Bart listens to Swedish death metal. If that's the case, then you would just flip-flop these. This one would actually be the first one. This would be 22A. And then this one would be 22B. Now, there is another way that you can do this, and this is kind of a shortcut. Let's say you just want to draw this 22. You don't actually want to take the time to draw the eyes again, although if you're getting paid $100 per storyboard and you're getting $100 for drawing just these two circles with the two dots, I mean, I would do it this way myself, but hey, that's just me. But let's say you still want to take a shortcut. One way that you could do that is you just call this 22, and you could indicate that you're zooming into the eyes like this. If you draw another box, try to keep it at the same aspect ratio that your project is in, but you can kind of draw where you're zooming into. Then you draw a line from corner to corner, from corner to corner, from corner to corner, and from corner to corner. And then here is what's up. Because we are actually zooming in, what you want to do is you want to put in these one-dimensional arrows pointing inward. Now I know what you're saying. If you watched my video on arrows, you're probably saying, wait a minute, we're never supposed to draw one-dimensional arrows. Here is the one time. And part of it is because zoom is kind of chintzy. You're not actually moving the camera in closer. It just kind of feels like it a little bit, but it's kind of the cheap version of doing it. Because the camera isn't even physically moving, you are just drawing one-dimensional arrows in like this. Anyone in the industry looking at a storyboard like this would know that the shot begins here and then it zooms into this extreme close-up here. Now, let's say that you want to use this technique, but you want to zoom out. You can probably already guess, very easy to do. You would draw it the same way, but instead of having the arrows pointed inward, you just have these one-dimensional arrows pointed outward. And what that would indicate is that you are starting with a close-up of Bart Simpson's eyes, and then you zoom out to reveal he is into the band Ghost. So that is the two different ways that you can draw Room Zoom Zoom.